Every year at this time we say the following: the new year is a time for new resolutions. For many, it's an opportunity to start eating right and feeling better about yourself. And here she is, dietitian Patricia Chuey, with her top 5 tips for eating right this year. Good morning and welcome back.
Good morning.
Happy New Year! Let's hug!
Oh, thank you, thank you. It's going to be a good, lucky year, that's for sure.
It is.
You know, people often ask me at this time of year, what are those 5 foods I should avoid? And, you know, it's not about individual foods, it's about concepts. So I have 5 healthy eating truths, I like to call them, that I encourage everybody to fine-tune in their life. And the first one is to eat. Eat, period. Like, eat. Food is fuel. So this time of year, people think, you know, what can I cut out? What can I cut out? But really, you should be adding in, because food is what fuels your busy life.
Right.
So if you typically start out with a coffee and a muffin, and then kind of nibble all day long until dinner, then overdo it on dinner, you're going to be grazing all night long to make up for it. And that's a common problem for people, that late night eating. So fix that by not just having that coffee and muffin, round it out by adding some protein, fruits and vegetables. A good example meal for lunch here is half the plate is vegetables with a protein, grain, vegetable combo. So well-balanced meals and snacks evenly dispersed throughout the day, not just a coffee and muffin.
Well, see, there's the key, and you just practiced or preached what you were talking about, that, you know, you don't cut that out. Some people might be going, you know, I'm going to be off muffins, and the next thing you know, February's here and they're back on muffins. Have your muffin and coffee if you need it, if that's the way you want to start it, but just keep it...
But balance it out,
Okay.
And the second healthy eating truth is to fine-tune the quality of the foods you're eating. So within each category of fat, protein, and carbohydrate, take a really good look at quality. Most people I work with these days are really savvy in their food knowledge. So and for some people, it's just about fine-tuning. So within the category of fat, for example, really focus in on those unsaturated, good quality fats. So the fats and oils you get from nuts and seeds, hemp seeds, good. Canola oil, this is about as Canadian as it gets. It's unsaturated. It's good quality oil. Fish oils are great as well. So emphasize those. Don't fear them. Don't avoid them. Here's some nuts. The more you eat, Homer, the better.
The better off you are.
And within the category of protein, I'm on a personal mission this year and every day of my life to get Canadians eating more lentils in place of meat. Canadian grown, again, about as local as it can get. Good stuff for you in the protein category. In the carbohydrate category, if you're going gluten-free, make it good quality. Just because it's gluten-free doesn't mean it's good if it has no fiber and no iron and no nutrients. So go with good stuff.
Speaking
I have my own brand.
Congratulations, Patricia. When did this come out?
It's brand spanking new.
Look at that.
And more to come on that later, so we don't have to dwell on that. But go with good quality gluten-free foods if you need to eat gluten-free.
Okay, sounds good.
Where are we at? My third or fourth healthy eating truth?
No, you're going. I think you stopped because
I'm questioning you.
You consider that to be your baby. You took a lot of time to produce your own line of GF of baked goods. And
long story short, 3 years ago, myself was diagnosed celiac. I hate that. I never wanted to be one of those people to avoid anything. It's awful. And then I was disheartened to see all the lousy quality gluten-free stuff out there, so I had to take matters into my own hands and create a flour or baking blend that has some meaningful nutrients, fiber and iron. Stay tuned for that later.
Absolutely. So respect your hunger and fullness cues. That's something that we tend to avoid, especially when you're eating. And as the rule of thumb that we've all followed, or a lot of us have, is that it takes you half an hour for your stomach to realize, oh, I'm full.
This is exactly true. And work on stopping eating when you're full, not when you're stuffed. And there's a really fine line there. And sometimes it's a matter of 1 spoonful of mashed potatoes, and now you're stuffed, and you got to undo your belt buckle and lie down. This isn't good, because even if you get stuffed on healthy food, you're going to be raising your blood pressure, your cholesterol, decreasing your energy, and increasing your weight. So keep your plates an appropriate size. Tell yourself you can always have more. This is a little small for a dinner plate, but this one, in my opinion, is too big.
So and somewhere in between.
Somewhere in between. And we want these plates to have half covered with vegetables, about a quarter as lean protein, and a quarter as whole grains in 80% or more of our meals.
Okay. And so portion awareness is something to keep in mind.
Oh gosh, portion distortion. It's a crazy mess.
The other thing we always talk about is hydrate, hydrate, hydrate.
Yes.
You have a number of options. It seems like the shelves are filling up with more and more different options in terms of what you can choose to drink. What's your advice there?
Well, hydrate with water. When you're thirsty, quench your thirst with water. We cannot live without water. We can live without food for a little while, but water, hydrate. With everything else, honestly, this is a healthy serving size. So all of these examples here are too big.
By comparison.
This juice box and this cup are an appropriate size.
Okay.
This tennis ball represents a reasonable serving of a fruit or vegetable. So we don't need crazy big portions. Be mindful, because you know what, honestly, this is small compared to some of the drinks you're going to get in the movie theater or elsewhere on the street.
So just to
it's
stack
not
it up.
good.
There you go.
Yeah, so
Okay.
watch your portions.
All right.
Stay well hydrated. Think about quality. Eat. Don't not eat.
Why, and this is an important question for a lot of people, probably taking notes and all that, is why do we, I should say, tend to get off track? We start out great, we were fine, and the next thing you know, as I mentioned, it's February and it's like back to the way you were
Well, thanks
before.
for the simple question there. Why do we get off track? Because we're human and we're mammals, and like other mammals, whether it's a bear or a pig or a dog, we'll eat what's in front of us. We eat what tastes good. Yeah. And there's an endless array of temptations and messages, and so sometimes we need to just clear the slate, simplify, get back to the basics. But this time of year is a good time to focus on it. But you know, don't go crazy with trying to avoid, because like you said, 6 weeks from now you'll be completely deprived. Yeah. That's when my phone rings the most, 6 weeks from now. All
right. Well, thanks for answering our call. When we asked you to come in and do this segment, you can find Patricia's tips and links to her website, ctvmorninglive.ca, is where you can find all that. Stay with us. We'll be right back in just a moment. Thanks, Patricia. Nice job.
You're welcome.